turns or like S turns or anything that you can just kind of like naturally apex as you're driving. It's just like, oh, that's cool. Like, that's fun. You know what I mean? Like, it's like it's on rails. That's the best way to describe it.
The BMW 2002 is arguably one of the most important cars ever made by the Marquis, as many of its modern production cars can trace their lineage directly back to the sporty little 2-liter coupe. It gets its name not for the year 2002, but for the fact that it has a 2000cc engine and 2 doors.
I was at a party in high school one night, and this girl said, "My dad's getting rid of this like junk box BMW, and we just want it gone. We can't wait for it to be gone." And I was like, wait, I like BMWs. I've always wanted to restore a car. And she said, I said, "How much does he want for it?" Because I had dirt bikes that I'd be willing to sell at the time. And she was like, "Oh no, he'll probably just give it to you." And I was like, well, all right. So the next morning, like I actually left the party like that second. And the next morning I woke up at like the crack of dawn. And I went over and I found the car in the driveway. I talked to her dad and he was like, "You want it? You get it out of here by dark. It's yours." He said, "If not, it's gonna go get crushed tomorrow."
The BMW 2002 was essentially an accident when 2 senior BMW executives each replaced their 1.6-liter engines in their 1602s with the new 2-liter M10 engine. They were both so impressed with the transformation the engine made in the car that they approached the BMW board of directors with a proposal for a production model, the 2002.
And then I brought it home and I just started ripping out the interior. So, I wanted to find like what was really wrong with the car, and I knew the engine was bad, so I knew that was gonna have to get pulled, but I wanted to dive into just like the rot, because that was a big issue. Like there was holes in the floor, like I could fit my head through, and like it was bad. It was a big learning process, and I would definitely do it all over again. And then wiring the headlights was like a 8-hour job, and trying to figure that all out was just kind of a nightmare, but it's all part of it. And then at the end, you have your end result, and you can look back at it and say, wow, like that was created like in my garage with like my friends and my family. And you're never gonna forget those like memories. You're always gonna have those memories. That car will like always just remind you of like, hey, remember that day? Or like, hey, remember that time that we did that? It's fun.
The 2002 remained in production from 1968 until 1975, with almost 400,000 built in total. With such a large production run, today they've become popular to tastefully update and upgrade during the restoration process.
I said, hey, I want to go check out that car museum in Newport, because like I followed them on Instagram, and because I'm redoing this classic car, I was like, oh, that's just like, now I'm like really into it. Like, let's follow all these pages. So I just followed them on Instagram. I just showed like the lady there a picture of it like completely ripped apart, and then she was like, oh, yeah, you should talk to someone about putting that in the 30 under 30 class, because we're doing a concours. And I was like, oh, all right. Going to car shows with this car, that's always fun. The car holds its own pretty well wherever it goes. Like, it's not like anywhere it goes, it just attracts attention, and like you always have like a conversation spark up, like, oh, my like boyfriend in college had this car. I was like, oh yeah, nice, yeah, like thanks. And then like guys come over to me and they're like, oh, this was like my dream car, and I'm like, wow, like because at the time like BMW has always been like a luxury brand, like a cool brand, like it's just like a cool car, you know what I mean? And so at the time, like that was like a cool, fast BMW. Think about it, like 75, like that thing was like wicked cool. And even today, it's still wicked cool. So first gear is really short, and then these cars are notorious for having the second gear synchro blow. So the synchros are gone in second gear, so you gotta like, feather the gas, and then you can just slip it right into second. But then second hits and you can like take off. It's a fun like handling car. The best way to describe it would be like slow car fast. It just drives great. Like, I don't know, I set it up to just handle.
The 2002 was made with German engineering and quality control that gave it a significant edge over its competitors. The 2002 earned BMW a reputation for being reliable and near bulletproof, but with the added bonus that they were made as a driver's car, and have kept that enthusiast appeal ever since. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content on exotic cars, sports cars, and classic cars, please click the logo in the center of the screen to subscribe.